So imagine by this time tomorrow we'll be using it. But while chatting with the guys that are installing it, I found out that they are Christians from the Portland area. And I didn't get into too much detail about my past, but I did tell them that I was homeless for a while over in Bangor, and I've had my fair share of ups and downs and all that. Um, I think I'd like to upload it to YouTube Shorts, and it wasn't working. So I think I'm just gonna go with the live format. That way I don't have to record stuff on my phone or my laptop. It's all right on the app. So I think what I'm gonna do is go live as often as I can, every day, whatever. Over on my Patreon, patreon.com/Brother Alec, I'd like to start doing a daily devotional, just to start with. I'll try to continue that as long as I can. There may be days that I miss it. But for now, the devotionals, well, as far as ongoing, devotionals are going to be free. There may be some occasional messages. I'd like to do a weekly message for members, $1 a month members. That's just a low barrier to entry, a way to support the ministry. And during my 10 years living on the streets in Bangor, I talked to a buddy of mine. I think I've said this on my Facebook Lives last summer. Hey, take these 50 people and put them on a piece of property. And with some slight overhead, some management, they would be productive. They would make the land that they're on profitable for themselves, the land. Eventually, they'd be their own overseers, their own management team. And I would have jumped at that opportunity when I was homeless. Growing my own food, raising my own livestock, and at least having a hand. Sun's going to be in your guys' face for a while. At least having a hand in building my own structure. And that's kind of the idea that I've been working on for the last 12 years. Is I'm finally to the point where I'm living on 1.7 acres. I don't have to, but I'm going to prove that this is possible for, just my wife and I on 1.7 acres. Cut down all the trees, bring in some wood chips, and start growing a garden and being productive and profitable. We'd like to have some chickens maybe this summer, maybe just for meat birds. Obviously egg layers, but once cold weather comes, we don't want to have to deal with them in the wintertime, so we're gonna butcher them, have them for meat birds through the winter. This guy is on my tail. I can't tell if it's a cop or not. But I'm not speeding. It's 40 and I'm doing 40. Yes, I'm speeding. The idea is down here at the church and read some comments. But hello. Nice. My goal is to take the 1.7 acres, make it profitable. It's a proving grounds is what it is. But once I have the 1.7 acres proven, I have access to 10 acres out behind the property that my wife and I live on, and that would allow us to expand on this ministry much quicker. I don't know if anybody was on when I started, but patreon.com/Brother Alec. I haven't posted in a while, but I think I'm gonna get back into it. Daily devotionals, maybe some Bible studies, maybe work on some membership content over there. But for now, the plan is, so this past fall I planted garlic. I've already got a bunch of hostas. Those are just a money cash crop. But we do have seed stock for, I don't know how many different types of beans. Navy beans, garbanzo beans, lentils. We've got seeds that we've saved from pantry food that we've gotten, tomatoes, peppers, all the different colored bell peppers. I did find some plants on the property that I'm trying to propagate, whether it's by cuttings, division, seeds. Like the first year we were on the property, we saw that some red columbine were growing on the property. So I did the research, I learned how to save the seeds, I've harvested the seeds. I've probably got, I don't know, 2,000 seeds, red columbine seeds. There is some, I think it's autumn joy sedum. It's a shoot, what's the word? It grows wild, it survives the winter. I'm trying to propagate as many of those as I can. Got compost going. I've done several videos kind of showing the land as it was it last winter, I think? Oh. God, I got a drink because I didn't even know I was going to go live. But yeah, the goal is to eventually do this daily, every ride home, maybe in the mornings do it, just so it's more consistent. I like the shorts format. I noticed that there's some people, not Christians or faith people, but people are using the option of short format live streams to converse with people and chat with people. I can't tell. Oh, almost 4 o'clock. Maybe I won't stop. When I get to Dollar General up here, I'll stop. I have to stop there anyways to get some drinks for the evening, non-alcoholic, of course. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I was talking to some guys that are at work installing a 4-post lift, and they're Christians from the Portland area. And I was telling them that, this summer, July 3rd, will be 10 years sober for me. And there's been ups and downs. There's been times where I've wanted to drink, but I know that the Lord has me. So here's the question. Is that public time? I don't know. If you guys, whether you're believers or not, if you have a question pertaining to life or the faith that I profess to stand in, please leave them in the comments. I think I can read back the comments, or I'll make a post when I get home over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/brotheralec, and let me get this on cruise control. There we go. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'll make a post over on my Patreon page, asking people to just comment, even if it's saying hello or that you're a fellow Christian. What is that? Add a Q&A sticker. Uh-oh. Didn't know I could do that. Those numbers dropped off real quick when I started talking about being a Christian. That's funny. That's all right. Eventually I'll have built up enough of a following where it'll be hundreds of people on here, but I just want to build a community of people that are like-minded and want to build this kind of ministry. The concept that I've got is kind of, in a way, like what monasteries used to be a few hundred years ago, where it was a place for professing believers to not escape from society, but a place of rest or not really relaxation either, but some place where we could fellowship together, whether it be, studying the scripture, reading the scripture out loud, working together, reaching out into communities that don't have strong ministry, even working with other groups of Christians, different churches. And there's several ministries in the area that I'd really like to work with. God willing, we can do that. My idea with growing our own food and raising our own livestock is the excess that we have that we don't sell, I'd like to donate to a specific ministry. But yeah, it's what are you doing, plow truck? Alright. I've got my cruise control set at 45. If people want to go around me, more power to them. Yeah, again, once I get to Dollar General, I'll check out those comments real quick. Maybe answer a question or two before I go into the store. It's, I just saw, when it comes to clearing the land that I live on, my wife and I live on, got a chainsaw, just got that. It's borrowed, it's not mine. Got to tweak it a little bit. The chain got loose the last time I used it. I don't think I tightened up the bolts that hold the blade in place. I know that the chain is sharp. It just got sharpened before that first use I've used it. And that's the other part, is I'd like to kind of do farm tours or property tours, like just so people can actually see what's going on, whether it's finally getting the trees all cut down or having volunteers to come out and help me do that. Got a few friends over on Facebook that might be coming out this spring. So, I mean, good things are coming, Lord willing. I'm not very good at remembering verses, but I know that somewhere in the Bible it talks about being content in your current situation. And sometimes that's really hard. Some days I work 2 jobs, sometimes I work even a 3rd job working for myself. I don't know if you can tell back there in the back of the truck, but there's a snowblower in there most of the time. I do some snow clearing on the side. Kind of helps me move things along, progress along, start putting money into this property so that we can really start showing what I've been trying to show people for over a decade now. I've been advocating for this faith-based, intentional community for 13 years. And it's only in the past couple of years that I've been able to get access to a piece of land that I can prove my idea on. So yeah, any questions, comments, criticism, I'm more than willing to take some kind of criticism if you think I'm in the wrong. I know I'm not, but I'm sure other people may think otherwise. There's always haters out there. But I am content with the situation that I'm in. I'm working towards it. I don't expect perfection. I expect progress. Had pretty good numbers though, better numbers than I've had in the past. Boy, how many cars do I got back there? 1, 2, 3, So, if you are a believer, feel free to share your favorite Bible verse or maybe a prayer request. We may start doing those at some point. Maybe a praise of what God's done in your life, or something that you're grateful that God has done for you or through you, even giving you the opportunity to help other people. Oh, give me a second, because we're getting down into the 35 mile an hour zone. There's plenty of traffic up there, so I'm in no rush. Let's see, right there. Good enough. All right. The public time comment. I just keep looking over and checking the comments briefly. I am hands-free. I have both hands on the steering wheel because this truck hits a bump and it feels like it wants to go sideways. And that looks like the sheriff. Maybe not. Nope. It really grinds my gears, though. I shouldn't have to question whether or not it's a cop car. I should know. Anyways, I hope that everybody is having a blessed day today, or this evening, depends on where you are in the world. Like I said in the beginning of the live stream, I'm just getting back into it, so I'm kind of itching for warm weather to come. I think the weather this morning, the temperature this morning was like 0, 1 degree, something like that. So it's still pretty chilly. Snow's coming still, but like I said, I'm hoping come warm weather, the truck's really going to be helpful for gathering wood chips. And my plan is to fill the back of the truck with wood chips, bring it home, unload, and then on the weekends, with however many loads I get, weather depending, I'll spread them out, make the property look, I mean, it's going to look fantastic. Right now it's really lumpy and bumpy ground. But I don't think I've mentioned it in a short or a video on YouTube, but I do my content creation to journal to people, let them see the progress that I'm making, whether it's just chit-chatting with people, doing the Bible devotionals or Bible studies, doing the wood chips, clearing the trees. I've done several shorts on the trees that I've already cut down. Yeah, it's just progress. Oh, bye. Sorry. Can't see it that well. Like I said, I'll stop at, we're only a couple of miles from Dollar General, and I'll stop. I gotta stop there anyways, but we'll check out some comments, see if anybody's still on here. It's like one person's on here. 2 people liked it. It's decent numbers. Like I said, I was live streaming last summer on Facebook Live, and I would get views after the stream was done, but I didn't really get any. Well, I guess because the timing wasn't the same every day. A lot of days, every day, Monday through Friday, as long as the shop is open, I work at my day job, and then when needed, I work at my second job, working on outdoor power equipment. So some days are really busy and I don't get to the wood chip pile until 5 o'clock sometimes. Yeah, but I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the phone was hot or warm, but I couldn't upload to TikTok. TikTok just wouldn't work for me. It kept crashing on me, and then I tried to upload the same short to YouTube, and that didn't really work out very well. It started the processing and then just wouldn't, the progress circle, I guess, wouldn't move. It got stuck. So I figured might as well go live for the ride home. There's going to be a little bit of an intermission here in a minute because I'm almost at Dollar General. Excuse me, boy. Let's see. Park right here. Now nobody's on here. Goodness. Let's see if I can scroll through this. Well, let's see. I can't pronounce that one. Asher 8047. Hello. I think you're the one that said goodbye. Jaya Prius message retracted. Okay. And Mustafa Civic public time ? I don't know what that means. But I apologize to the one person that just got on here. I got to go in the store, but I will be back in just a few moments. Bear with me. I shall return. Let everybody know. 3 people watching nothing? What? No way. Oh, I get in and everybody leaves. All right. So, for those 2 people that are watching right now, if you're not aware, I am talking about faith and farming. Getting people high quality, locally grown food. Oh, it's chilly out there. If one of you are Mustafa, who left a comment of public time ? What does that mean? Anyways, it's 20 minutes to the house or so. Yeah, what are you doing? Get out from behind me. One moment, please. The sun is right in my eyes. I got sunglasses on. Man, that is bright. So, does anybody farm or collect seeds? Read the Bible? What's your favorite verse? Ooh, is it me? Oh, yeah. Squeaky steering. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Oh. All right. That was the last light. Didn't really see any comments before I went in the store, besides saying hi. One person was saying bye, just fine. This probably isn't for those that are looking for the dopamine hit. I use this format because it's easier than just doing a regular live. I'd like to talk a little bit more. I'd like to talk a little bit more about people's beliefs. Like, what do you believe in? Do you believe in anything? I just want to have the conversation. You know, I was asked early on in my faith walk about how to prove that God, which is the creator of the universe, how can I prove that God exists, this creative force? God is a title, not a name. His name is Yahweh, or, we can have the discussion about how letters came about, but most people refer to his name as Yahweh. How can we prove that Yahweh created all this? And as a creative person, creation is the evidence that this was all created. Some people may say that's circular thinking, but it's just the case, It's nearly mathematically impossible for humanity to have evolved by chance. We're not the peak creature in the world. There's creatures that could ravage us if we were still wild, like Neanderthals or whatever. I'm down to 0 again. Nice. Cheers. Probably looks a little bit better without the sun in your face. Well, it's still kind of bright, isn't it? So I grew up in the church, but I didn't really become a believer. I wasn't converted until 2016. And my life verse. Oh, really?
Hello, Moto.
Ignore that. Let's go. My life verse is 2 Corinthians 5:17. And I'm only paraphrasing because like I said earlier, I don't have a great memory when it comes to Bible verses. But 2 Corinthians 5:17 is basically talking about when we become Christians, we become a new creature through Christ or in Christ, depends on the translation. It doesn't mean we instantly transform, but our nature is different than it was before. You know, I used to do a lot of horrible things to people who probably didn't deserve it, but I did those things, and now I regret that I did those things, and I now treat people in a way to try to make up for my past transgressions. You know, I don't look down on anybody because I've been there. I've been in the worst situations. I've been homeless in the wintertime, living outside. I've been in jail multiple times. It's a poor way to live life, living day to day. Where's my next meal coming from? Where's my next drink coming from? Or whatever your vice may be. But we need to support those people and love on those people because they are for lack of a better term, the least among us. Not least in value, but they are in the worst situations in their lives, where if we just had some compassion and treated them like we want to be treated, they would be a lot better off. Like right now, I'm driving not through a field, but I'm driving on a road that splits what probably was one field 150, 200 years ago. And that field is big enough, if you put a bunch of tiny houses on it, say one side of the road, half that field, put a bunch of tiny houses on there, and you give people the things they need, heat, shelter, clothes, food, they more or less will be content. You still gotta have some rules, some management, some oversight. I don't know. I just rambled. I'm glad somebody was watching at some point. The public time comment really gets me. Public time, question mark. Don't know what that means. And the next thing I'd like to talk about is that, you know, a lot of I call them mainstream Christians, like to preach. Don't smoke cigarettes, don't smoke weed, don't drink alcohol, all this stuff. But there's Bible verses that refute that that preaching. I'm not saying that alcoholics aren't wrong in what they're doing, because the Bible, like I said, I have a horrible memory, but I know it's there, is that it talks about moderation. So the concept is, does it control your life? You know, people in the streets drinking every day, they don't have a life. It's all they have is alcohol, and that's controlling their life. So they're in the wrong, but drinking in itself is not wrong. Even in the Bible, there's two classifications of church leadership. One of them is to abstain from imbibing mind-altering substances, basically. It says not to be a drunkard, but you can also be a drunkard on heroin or caffeine even. It's a mind-altering substance. But the other classification of church leadership says nothing. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've read that verse. But I'm pretty sure it says that, or it doesn't say anything about being a drunkard or drinking or anything like that. That being said, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I think I've done quite well. So it might get a little windy. May not be able to hear me for a few minutes. That's all right. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. There's only one man ever on this planet that was perfect, and that was Jesus Christ. That's the Americanized version of Yeshua Mashiach, the Messiah. And if we directly translate Yeshua into English, it should be Joshua, not Jesus. That's a Greek name, not a Hebrew name. Let's do, hopefully that's not too loud. I'll try to keep it off screen as much as I can. But I smoke cigarettes, I smoke weed. I don't do it, I smoke cigarettes whenever I really want to, but I don't smoke weed at work. I don't smoke weed before I go to work. It's always at home before I go to bed. Sometimes when I look out over this river, the Penobscot River, it's beautiful. God must have had a blast in the first 7 days, making all this and setting it up. I'm sure over time, I really want more people on here. I want to chat with people. Maybe it's because I pushed the Patreon page a little much. Everybody went over there and checked it out. My next question is, when I'm done, man, I guess that's what I get for smoking a cigarette. So yeah, my question is, when I'm done with the short live stream, will it stay on YouTube or will it just delete itself, not even post it? I'd like it to be on short format, but I don't think it'll let me. Patched. Nobody's watching right now, or it's telling me nobody's watching right now. I got 2 likes, still no comments. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when I finish up how this process is going to work. I think I might try Mondays through Fridays. Live streaming on YouTube. And once I start getting more subscribers, followers, however you want to put it, I'll do Patreon live stream, maybe on Saturday, maybe on Sunday, I'm not sure yet. But that's where I'd like to kind of direct people, is towards Patreon, because that's where I like to upload a lot of my faith-based content. Like the sun's going down, I'm losing daylight. I might, maybe not, I don't know. I'd like it to be a little bit warmer for doing outside projects like the clearing the trees and getting the chainsaw fixed up. And working in a shop, get stuff in your nose all the time. Oh, we're almost into what used to be the town of Old Lemon. O-L-A-M-O-N. Old Lemon. I may not even need my sunglasses right now. How long have I been going since Parodies? 47 minutes. Rolled my ankle, or didn't really roll it. I think I overextended it or something the other day, a couple weeks ago maybe. I've got an ace bandage on, but my foot is on fire. Good thing it's my left foot, right? Bunch of people at the town office. I think I've done quite well. I've only smoked one cigarette. I've had the heat down on 2. Yeah. Well, it's only going to be about another 6 minutes, and I'll be wrapping up. Just went by my mother's house, and about 6 minutes, my house. We're back into bumpy ride land. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to take some Tylenol or something to heal up this foot, or I don't know. I wonder if that disconnection issue back in Bradley caused everybody to keep scrolling. But I'm also not trying to get people that don't believe or don't want to believe or just don't care about what I'm talking about to stay on here. I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. My brain just goes bing, 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 bing. I have oppositional defiance disorder. Somebody tells me to do something, I'm probably not going to do it unless I'm getting paid. Or if they tell me I can't do something, I'm going to prove them wrong. And reverse psychology doesn't work. So, preaching to nobody right now. Pretty good spot for the phone though. 3 minutes and counting. We're almost done. Oop, car. Well, it's been fun getting back on and interacting with the few people that have actually got on. I'm hoping that with doing this every day, or every weekday at least, we can really start to build up this community of people that see that our society is facing an epidemic worse than COVID, way worse than COVID, and it's been going on since pretty much the industrialization of the world. You know, industrialization took a lot of jobs from people. Technology takes a lot of jobs away from people. Oh, I finally get that little snowbank. Tomorrow is Friday, payday. Oh, there's the moon. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. All right. Yeah, that was interesting, to say the least. Is that Jaya Priya's 3480 message retracted? Can I actually read that? Probably not. Again, Nashar, hi, bye. And Mustafa Sevik, 5677, public time. I'd like to know what you meant by that. But, what's that? How do I end it? Can I just X out of it? Are you sure you want to